Hey, welcome to another video from SkinnyMedic. We are headed back from our trip to DC. So I've got some video that I'm going to roll in. I've got some pictures that I'll show. So this is kind of our adventures on our DC trip. So if you're not interested in it, probably could have told by the title, but this is what this video is about. So if you're here for the first aid videos, you can wait till the next video that comes out and you can get one of those. But if you're interested, this is about our adventures that we went to DC. So we're going to kind of tell you about the things that were cool, some of the things we noticed, and some good laughing points that we had. So stay tuned. So one of the first things we noticed is when we first pull into DC, our parking garage was underground. So I'm in an F-150 with a camper top because we've been to the East Coast Prep Con for the prepper conference there, selling supplies for medical gear outfitters. And the little guy that drives cars around, I don't know what he's called.
Valet.
Yeah, the valet guy looks at my truck and was like, oof, I don't know if it's gonna fit. So he was pretty nervous about my truck fitting under there. Like, my truck's not lifted, nothing. It's a stock F-150 with a camper shelf. So I pull in and the clearance is 6'1", and it barely clears. Like, it's scrubbing, like my antennas like knocking the crap out of each other. And I thought I was gonna really hit the camper, so I got some footage of that. So this was our first adventure here. You can see that's pretty doggone close. The truck's not even lifted, so it's kind of scary. Like that one right there drops down. So a little scary pulling in. I thought I was gonna rip my camper top off. Slight moment of panic attack when I pulled in. So this was our first time on a metro. This is the first time we've been on a subway, anything like that in our lives. So we're from South Carolina, so we obviously don't have that kind of transportation. So Candace had been studying and felt really confident about it.
I was determined that we were not going to go the wrong way. We went the wrong way.
We went the wrong way twice on our first trip, like our first little go at it. But once we got it figured out that the blue lines and the red line, orange line all go different ways, and that you got to pick out which way that goes.
We did amazing.
Yeah, we did a good job after that.
Yeah.
The other funny part was that we're lost, not really lost, but we're confused for an hour on the metro. And I've got my new Canon camera, this is the new 70D, which I'm not quite used to working yet, and I've filmed a good 20 minutes of our lost time with like looking at people's legs, looking at the ground.
Got a few good shots of me being frustrated.
Yeah, but it's funny, so I'll roll in some of that footage here too as well. Alright, so now we're waiting on a blue line.
9 minutes. Oh my gosh. Sucks. I'm sorry, y'all.
Alright, just don't walk away from us. So it was a little chilly on our first day there, so we walked around. We kind of wanted to go see the outside tours, but it got a little cold, so we went into the Natural History Museum, and I knew that I couldn't have a gun on me, obviously, because we're in DC. So I like double checked my bag, make sure I didn't have any rounds or anything like that.
Pocket knives.
So then, yeah, Candace says, make sure you take your pocket knife off. And this was a really weird feeling for me, because this is the first time, man, that I can remember that I was completely disarmed. I mean, I always have a knife on me, and a large majority of the time, I have a gun on me. So it was really weird feeling not having any kind of weapon on me. So I told Candace, I was like, well, I'm gonna at least have a flashlight on me. That way, I got something. So we walk into the Natural History Museum, and the guard immediately eyeballs me as soon as I walk in. And he sees my knife, or my flashlight that I had on my pocket. And he was like, is that a knife? I'm like, no sir, it's just a flashlight. He goes, okay, well you don't have any pocket knives on you, do you? No, sir. So after it warmed up a little bit, we went and visited the White House. We wanted to let the kids see the White House. Candace had never seen the White House, so we went by there and we're walking by. And I didn't really pay attention that we want to get our picture made, kind of take the selfie like everybody does. And we left our stroller at the sidewalk, which is a huge no-no, obviously. And it was probably just a few seconds we'd walked away from it, and Secret Service walks up to us with a dog, and it's like, the dog sniffing our bag, which is a VanQuest like sling bag, and it's got the do no harm patch on it. And then Candace is wearing her Condor jacket, I'm wearing my Condor jacket, so we look a little suspicious maybe anyway. So the guy's like, hey, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then from that point forward, I swear they were watching us the whole time. Like, I thought they were on us the whole time, just like looking at us. So I was talking to my buddy Lou on the phone about the whole situation, and obviously they have audio and video recording. They probably pegged us from the moment we walked up to the gate. But he's like, wouldn't that be funny if some Secret Service guy like recognizes your face from the facial recognition and like watching SkinnyMedic on YouTube? So if you're that Secret Service guy, hello.
Also, maybe don't wear tactical coats and bags when you go touring around DC.
Probably not the best thing to do.
Yeah,
We had a good time at the zoo there. While we were at the zoo, we got to see Marine One fly over, which is really cool. I've got a quick picture of that as it was flying over. So while we were there in DC, we figured out that the metro, we could go to Maryland. So we'd never been, obviously, to Maryland because DC was as far as north as we've ever been. So we decided to go up into Maryland and take the metro. We rode all at the metro. We figured out how to do it and didn't get lost this time. And went up into Maryland, ate dinner, and then drove back so we could knock another state off our list. So one of the other things I noticed while riding on the metro is that no one has situational awareness. I mean, they all got their headphones on, they're listening to their music, they're listening to their podcasts.
Reading books.
Yeah, reading books, crocheting, whatever they wanted to do, but no one's making eye contact with anyone else. No one has zero situational awareness. And that's something that I'm not used to doing, even in the South. People, we talk to each other. We make eye contact with people, and we look around. So if these people had zero, they're just...
Every once in a while, someone would kind of talk, but it was very rare.
Yeah, they're obviously coming from their jobs, whatever, and they're just focused on what they're doing, but zero situational awareness about what was their surroundings, what was around them. So it was kind of interesting that. We also noticed that, like, Candace one time we got on the metro, it was really crowded, and Candace and my little girl were standing up, and no one let them sit down.
There were several men, and actually we were standing for, I guess, a stop. We had been through one stop, and an older lady noticed us at this point and said, would you like my seat? Does she want to sit here? And I was like, no, she's fine. But it was just surprising for none of the men to acknowledge a female with a young child, a young girl, standing there and not offer their seats. You know, we're used to the South where, like, we're in North Carolina now, and we stopped to go to the gas station, and several gentlemen, you know, held the door open for us, made sure they stepped out of our way as I was herding the children in, and that's kind of what we're used to in the South. So it was a very different experience to kind of, and I didn't mind standing. It wasn't a problem. It was just different and not what we're used to.
And me, on the other hand, I wanted to stand.
Yeah.
So we were just, being from, I guess, South Carolina, a smaller town in South Carolina, we're just used to things being a little bit slower. You know, it's just a different kind of atmosphere that we're not used to. So, like, people were like, we're just riding down the escalator, and it's coming down, and people are like running down it, and they're like sprinting to catch their next metro train so they're not late. Like, it's just...
That actually was kind of entertaining for us to watch.
It was. It was funny to watch people like walk all crazy because they were going down such steep inclines. I got a picture of the incline here, but just how steep they are. And people are just like walking up and down. They have to like lean at a weird angle just so they don't fall over because they're going down. But they're just, you know, running from one metro to the next so they're not late.
We saw like a row of guys running into the train too. And like one girl almost didn't make it off the train.
So one of the cool things we got to do while we were there is we wanted to see Arlington, and we wanted to see the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and wanted to see the change of the guard, and we got to see that. And that was one of the most humbling things I've seen is the fact there's rows and rows and rows of tombstones, just these white tombstones, knowing that those men and women gave up their life for us to have the freedom to do what we're doing right here. Our freedom to travel and to do what we're doing is just, it was extremely humbling. And then to watch the guard walk back and forth, and then to watch them come out and do the changing of the guard, it was really just, it gave you cold chills. It was awesome.
You could see the worn places on the mat. I had read about that, where the mat was worn, where they had just walked in those same spots and they stopped in the same spot.
So I have a video here of, I recorded the change in the guard, so if you're interested you can watch the next 5 minutes or so and see the change in the guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I am Sergeant Hanks of the 3rd Infantry Regiment, United States Army, Guard of Honor, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The ceremony that you are about to witness is the changing of the guard. In keeping with the dignity of this ceremony, it is requested that everyone remain
thank y'all for all the support. Thank y'all for following us on our little adventure here, and for those of y'all who placed orders with us this past few days. I'm sorry for the delay in shipping. Of course, I've already emailed you, so you know who you are. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys. You never know when you'll be the first responder. Remember, you need the right gear and the right training. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you guys for the support. What am I going to say now, Dad?
Talking about thank you for going with us on our journey or something like that.
So thank you guys for the support. I don't want to say guys. I always keep saying guys, and it bothers me. Thank y'all for all the support. Thank you for following us on our journey. Thank you guys. I keep saying guys. Like women watch the thing too. Like only like 10%.
Y'all. We're from the South. Just say y'all.
Yeah, only a few girls. So thank y'all for all the support. Thank y'all for following us on our little adventure. For all, well, I can't talk anymore. Yeah, just a stupid closing.